Thank you so much. 6 minutes gone after the hour of 10 right here in the United Kingdom. I'm told that the temperatures are going to go down here now, and so Sekuru will need to be kept warm there. So for those that want to participate in the campaign, you can send my $2 in right here, so that Sekuru can can afford to purchase some very expensive gas that we use here, so that he can have central heating on 24 hours in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in, and may I also take this opportunity. I am told that Zimnet Radio was nominated. I'll give you the details in due course. Was nominated to America for a prize in the media sector. So I shall give you the full details. So for those who want to vote in as well, you can cast your votes. I'll give you the details later on today, so that you can start casting your votes. Right. Last week, we're just trying to get to the bottom of what's happening with the voter registration in Zimbabwe and all that. But today, ndatumirwa email panapa nemumwe muteereri wangu anonditeerera zvikuru, takabva kare from long before wachingoteerera chete. These are what I call loyal listeners who will never go anywhere else. Even kune kwanza hanzi ndo kwakurira ngoma, aiwa, they will stay with us. Even in bad times, they stay with us. Those are our true listeners. But anyhow, regai ndichingamidze watinawo panhare apa. Sekuru maswera sei?
Taswera musukuru, chando chakugogodza kunokuti angauchita campaign ngaikurumidze.
Toda kutoikurumidzira campaign kuti iuye. Sekuru, I'm surprised you are with us today. I thought you would have gone to see your friend there in Birmingham launching his book, Atham Tambara.
Now, Andy is the Nagusini wakati kanira and writers like this report to
So you hold very bad blood, towards him because of what he did himself and Welshman Mugabe to try and distract him Sangano, did he?
And it was Welshman Nagatozoga, Iachiriko, Kanganisa.
Right. Okay. So Welshman Mugabe is back, but this one is still thinking he is holy. Is that what you are telling me here? Now, Sekuru, may I also congratulate you. I saw your team absolutely take Everton to the cleaners on Sunday there. I couldn't watch the game. I was at work, but I heard that you could have scored 10 goals there. It all clicked, didn't it?
No, it has always clicked. Problem you want, problem you want, this team, Ikaguro, Unobo Adzingo Bass. Look at what happened.
It's very interesting. Anyhow, Sekuru, thank you so much, really, to be with us here. Sally, welcome to the show.
Good evening, DJ Sodza. Good evening, my Sekuru. Good evening, Zimbabweans, wherever you are. I hope you've had a good week and you're ready to join us on our radio show tonight. And please don't forget to donate for Sekuru. Me, I'm going to go and I'm going to take the hair from an alpaca and I will knit him a jersey.
Knit him a nice jersey.
I'll make a nice big blanket for him and a buoy to put on the bed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sally, thank you.
My
Yeah.
pleasure, my Sekuru.
Yeah, I must say, Mbuya, she's wonderful. Sally, you have to meet Mbuya. She's wonderful. I met her in Zimbabwe, and she did stuff for me. She cooked. She gave me all the food, even beer. She was offering even beer. Can you believe it?
Listen, any woman that can put up with my Sekuru, okay, needs a gold medal. All right.
Now, where is all that coming from?
My Sekuru is a very difficult, old-fashioned man.
Right. So you have to be strong.
Very strong.
Right, okay. Aywa, Sally, thank you so much. Very cold in South Africa still?
Yeah, it is. And it's lots of goody. But we need big rains. We are now on water load shedding, okay? Yeah, we have they switch off the water between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. and then again between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Because there's apana mvura.
Okay. Thank you, Sally. Chief Social kumaswera seko kwa America kuri sei?
Taswera DJ kana maswera kwakadii ikoko.
Kuri nani dziri sei mhuri ikoko?
Aiwa, mhuri tinadzo
dzinongotekaira. Ko kumabasa kuri sei?
Kumabasa totoramba tichienda kuti struggle irambe ichienderera mberi. Tikatadza kushanda struggle yatopara.
Hamuna kuenda here kuna mukoma Arthur Mutambara vari ku launcha bhuku yavo ku Birmingham kwana sekuru?
Ana Arthur ngavaite zvavanoita.
Okay.
Kana ndashaya zvekuita ndingaende kuna Arthur.
All right.
Takapedza nawo kara.
All right. Okay. Aiwa.
Unoziva zvavanokirira.
Thank you so much. You know what? Maybe this story came up after our show last week, and I just want a comment from you guys that a World Health Organization thought it was fitting to appoint Baba Mugabe to be, to be an ambassador of Goodwill. Upon hearing that, Chief Soshe, what came into your mind?
Zvinotosekesa. Mugabe has been in and out of hospitals. He's even failing to take care of his own health. Look at the state of health in Zimbabwe. We have no functioning hospital. He chooses to go to Malaysia. He chooses to go to the Far East because there's nothing going on as far as health facilities. No improvement whatsoever in the past 10 years. In fact, everything, has just gone down. Our health system, if once upon a time it was in the intensive care unit, right now it's in the mortuary. There is nothing. Nurses, the medical facilities, the medical supplies, there is nothing, virtually nothing. He fails to think about his own people. He fails to provide basic medical facilities to his own people. And then people think that he's going to provide that to the world. Then people think that he still has any contribution, any meaningful contribution whatsoever to the world. If you try to look beyond that, you see a lot of things. You see a lot of chicana. You see a lot of corruption. Let us not forget that ZANU-PF at one time shocked the world. I think it was 4 or 5 months ago when they donated $1 million to an organization. Why were they donating that kind of money when their own people don't have health provision? When they are failing to pay their own people? When there is a dying and degrading infrastructure in Zimbabwe, and you see a country like Zimbabwe making a donation to the tune of 1 million. If you start thinking, I know people call me a prophet of doom. they call me all kinds of names, they call me a pessimist. But the way I just see there, that there was something beyond that. Those people are being bribed by ZANU-PF. They are being given money. Those donations, we call them donations in court. There was something that had happened before that announcement. And it was only the outcry from the people that made them resign the appointment. But otherwise, looking beyond that, you see that ZANU-PF is just trying to cleanse itself. It's just trying to make, itself a better institution internationally. And how do they do that? They make those donations and they are given those dubious appointments, But for them to do that, they need to have done something, behind the back of the country, making those donations. Mugabe doesn't deserve to be given, that position. He never, was supposed to have been on the short list. But there you are. But anyway, we thank God that people saw sense and they withdrew that decision, because it was a mockery to the world and a mockery to the people of Zimbabwe who are suffering every day.
Okay, so in your opinion, Chief Sodza, what really do you think happened here? Did these people not done their homework? Do you think it was a mistake, or they realized that what they'd done had provoked anger, among a lot of people? What happened here? Who could make that mistake? They've got the statistics on their website. Surely they know how appalling our health is in Zimbabwe there, and that this man doesn't even have a cataract in Zimbabwe. He can't even have a cataract in Zimbabwe. Have it outside. Surely they should have known that before they make this decision, shouldn't they?
No. Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing. But just like what happens in Zimbabwe, people are used to getting away with murder. They are used to getting away with corruption. In Zimbabwe, people are corrupt, and we have people trying to cover up for them. In Zimbabwe, all sorts of things happen. There is a lot that happens that is just being swept under the carpet. And in Zimbabwe, and in Africa, so to say, it's a way of life. People don't care about that. And that is pathetic. And that's exactly what was happening here. Who thought they would just get away with that? Who has been in the papers for the wrong reasons, especially when it comes to their dealings in Africa. They are not as genuine as they appear. Even some of these international organizations, there is one or two people who are corruptible. And when you are dealing with African leaders, that is possible. That's exactly what is happening. They just thought that they were going to get away with this the same way that they've gotten away with all the other things that they've done in Africa. And Zimbabwe, especially our leadership, is corrupt.
Right, okay. All right. Thank you so much, Chief Sodza, for that. Sekuru, when you saw this news coming through, what came into your mind?
Ndakafunga story yatsuro nagudu. Tsuro akanotengesa nyama ikakurumidza kupera ndokudzoka kuna gudu ikasekuru ndatotengesa ndatofuma gudu ndokubva atovasvambisa sei anga zvine dzisekurisi unokuenda pamharadzano dzenzira panopfuura navanhu ungotengesa kuti chipi nyama yamadhongi chipi nyama yamadhongi zvikanzi chete zvikanzi ndokubva aendawo ndokunosvika ndokubva asvika achitengesa nyama chipi yaiwo nyama yedhongi vanhu vachitengeserwa natsuro havana kuziva kuti yedhongi pavakazonosvika gudo rikanzi chipi nyama yamadhongi chipi nyama yamadhongi vanhu ndokubva gudo murove titengesera nyama yemadhongi sei ndozvaka ndakangofunga kuti ndozvaitika panapa Mugabe vakanotengesiwa netu vanhu vakapromotawo tu vatosvika toti chipi nyama yemadhongi, chipi nyama yemadhongi. Vanhu ndobva vaonzwa munhu uri kutengesa dhongi uyu, vati batai tirove, vabata Mugabe ndobva vamukandira pashi. Ndoyo nyaya yakandakafunga ino.
Aha. Saka sekuru zvichinge zvaitika kudaro, how can they spend 2 days, then after that they come back wachitiwo they've, you know, they are going to rescind it?
No, the problem with organizations like the United Nations is that they are so big. A lot of consultation, internal consultation, takes place within the organization in terms of international protocols and whatever. For them, it was not easy for them to rescind that appointment because the topmost person of the UN in terms of that area of specialized had made the announcement personally. So, unfortunately, this is in Ethiopian, was he?
Yes, Ethiopian.
And you know where Mengistu is?
Yeah.
Mengistu is a refugee in Ethiopia, and these are the people that have been at the top during Mengistu's time. They then moved away, and they are now occupying international positions. And they wanted to reward Mugabe for looking after Mengistu, not for looking after the health of anyone, even himself. He can't get treated in his own country. So you can't blame him for being nasty in terms of the health sector. He just doesn't know what to do about it. It's total disaster. So for that person to then be put as the face of the World Organization health movement or health initiatives, it was, I don't know, it was in public relations, you call it a catastrophic PR. Because the ambassador must be somebody who the people identify with the project that he stands for. Now, how can Mugabe be identified with the World Health when he cannot even treat himself? So to rescind that was a difficult decision, but it had to be made given the outcry. The outcry was not just the usual Western charade that we get when things go wrong. It was global outcry.
So you think it was not an easy decision to rescind it after they had appointed him for obvious reasons, that they just wanted to reward their boss there. Thank you so much, Sekuru, for that. Sally, what did you make of all the drama that happened?
I burst out laughing.
Right.
For the first time ever, a dictator has been hired and fired in 1 week.
He couldn't rig that one, could he?
No, you can't hire and fire a dictator. That doesn't happen. And for it to happen in 1 week, you're my way. And then I went into it because I thought, there's something very fishy here. And then I found out who the WHO guy is, okay? And I read a little bit of history about him and how he was a Mengistu supporter. And then apparently also, Mugabe helped him get his position. So it was payback.
Right.
He was now rewarding Mugabe, okay? But then you listen to what Jonathan Moyo had to say.
Yeah, and George Charamba as well has come up with some quotes as well.
Yeah, but he was better. Jonathan Moyo was he wasn't even offered it, and he wasn't even going to accept it. So what are you people performing about? Okay. I mean, you know, I waited. I wanted to see the reaction. Now, I'll tell you something. That's what happened. And, you know, it was almost instant. They announced that Mugabe was the ambassador of Goodwill for whatever, okay? And then it wasn't even 5 minutes later, they came back and they announced that the people were performing about it, okay? So, I mean, it was so quick, the reaction. And I'll tell you that now. Mugabe, that kind of knocked him square. Because, you know, he likes going around collecting all these accolades and making out the country is wonderful and the health is the best in Africa. And, you know, he's another Donald Trump, the biggest and the best and everything's fantastic. So that I tell you. And I wanted to see how ZANU-PF, I knew he wasn't going to react, but I wanted to see how ZANU-PF was going to react. I thought, oh, that one hit home.
Mm-hmm.
That one hit home.
Right.
It was brilliant. It was the reaction and everything. I mean, like you said, the World Health Organization has got all the statistics of the health in Zimbabwe.
Yes, it's on their website. Actually, I went to their website and everything is there.
Yes. So I mean, you knew straight away that there was something fishy in that. I mean, come on. Seriously. But the first time in history of the world, a dictator was hired and fired in 1 week. That one I loved, I'm telling you. I thought, yeah. Spot on.
Yeah.
But anyway, at least they sorted it out. But that guy now has lost credibility.
Right.
Lost credibility.
Yeah, it's incredible actually. Ndukutumirwa panapa message, one of our sincere listeners, saying that Mugabe was given the position for regular attendance since he does not miss a summit. Most likely he was the only foreign president at that summit. What do you say about that?
I mean, he goes to summits, okay, that he's not even invited to. All right.
Right.
So, I mean, that one's a no-go. No, he was given that because that guy, that Ethiopian guy, owed him a favor, I'm telling you.
To do that. So basically maybe he thought that he was going to just give him the job and people are just going to keep quiet about him.
Yeah, Babu Mugabe, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't expect the backlash that came through with it. Okay. He didn't. Mukoma teach Masquera say London.
Masquera, Eddie Masquera.
Dimika murukudai kupemberera na Sekuru hands your team absolutely smashed Everton on Sunday.
It did, didn't it?
I'm just wondering, it's once in a year they do that, isn't it?
It's not better my fluke, eh?
It's a rare occurrence, isn't it?
What do you mean it's a rare occurrence?
I thought they are called the invincible.
I know where to press the buttons with Sekuru, you know?
He's got two buttons. He's got Arsenal and MDC.
Yeah.
You can press those two. You know how you do it together? You say that Arsenal is like MDC. Sometimes it wins, but majority of the time it loses.
Can you please go to sleep? Otherwise,
Mukoma teach.
Yes, Agoma.
Makainzwawo ere mahumbwa atakanzwa kuti mutungamiri wenyika yeZimbabwe apuwa chigaro chekunzi ndiye ambassador weGoodwill yeWorld Health Organization. Then within 2 days zvikanzi hayi atazoona kuti hazvina kukodzera kuti mupuwe chigaro ichocho nekuti vanhu vavava worldwide. What was this old drama about?
it's international diplomacy. It's how it operates. You see, the guy who is heading that institution is trying to establish himself and create the credibility that he deserves based on the geopolitical understanding that they have. So if Mugabe succeeded in lobbying him to give that to Mugabe, the question is, was there a vacancy for such a thing? Normally celebs, movie stars and footballers and athletes normally get these kind of things. Occasionally a politician is given it. But usually that politician would be someone quite acceptable across the globe and has got a reputation for doing the right thing. To give it to Mugabe in the very first place, or to even suggest to give it to him, was very wrong. But you must remember, this was on the back of a government reshuffle. And Mzembe, a former Minister of Tourism with good international connections, lobbied for the position. It would have been his grand entry into the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And it has really, really come back to haunt him. So at the end of the day, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. But we lobbied for it, as we always do. And the cost is scary.
So, Mkomatichi, would you like to explain to the people like myself who actually is hearing that Walter Mzembe was behind all this nomination? Where did you get that information?
This is the clearest thing that could be possible, because it doesn't come through any other person other than the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And when Mbengegi was there, this didn't happen. So it's clear it is only when he came on board that this has happened. And this can only be done in the ministerial session of any summit. As you know, before a summit happens, ministers go and prepare, and the principals, which are the president, they come only to issue what has already been agreed, because ministers don't go there, not knowing what they are doing. They go there on the back of what they've been instructed. So what you've got is a situation whereby Minister Mzembe came in and during the ministerial session lobbied for this. When Mugabe came, it was a shoe-in. It's not like it just happened suddenly. Nothing of that sort happened suddenly. It would have happened prior, and Mugabe only came for the ceremony. So that ceremony would have been a crowning glory for Minister Mzembe, moving quickly to establish himself. And that's what it is. There's no other reason whatsoever.
Right, okay. So
to just help teach you on that one.
Yeah.
After his coronation as ambassador, we are just saying who, like we are asking a question, who. Mzembe was the first one on Twitter bragging that he had lobbied, he had successfully lobbied.
Yeah, he was actually posting about it.
And it backfired immediately when the Ethiopian said he was reconsidering it. And Mzembe then went underground, and he has not spoken until now.
Wow. Now he's left it to the spin doctors of Jonathan Moyo and George Charamba trying to say that the president was never given this post, was never offered.
Yeah, but he was the one who came. The first tweet on that was from Mzembe saying, I have successfully lobbied for President Mugabe to be ambassador.
Wow. Yeah, interesting indeed. Zvisinei Ameno, anyone wants to say anything more about this before we move on to other pastures here?
That's Wilbert Apple.
Wilbert is running late today. Why are you asking about Wilbert?
You just want to start a Hondo, Sekulu, that's all.
Right, okay. Listener will be back.
This is a disclaimer. The opinions expressed by contributors during radio call-in shows are solely those of the individual callers and do not reflect the opinions of Zimnet Radio, DJs, presenters, managers or administration. Listeners are encouraged and advised to seek the services of qualified professionals for their personal problems.
In touch with the best online station, Zimnet Radio.
Join DJ Sodza. And his informative team live every Thursday at 9 p.m. UK time, discussing Zimbabwean politics.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are listening to DJ Sodza live on Zimnet Radio. Make the whole world know about your business. Advertise with Zimnet Radio. Email marketing@zimnetradio.com.
zvisinei regai tifambire mberi nechirongwa 20 in fact 19 minutes before 11 kuno kuunited kingdom. Regai tifambire mberi nechirongwa. What we want to do actually is to maybe ask a few questions. Mukoma tichi muchipwera?
Ndiripo zvangu.
Yeah, Mukoma tichi, there is kune makuhwa kana kuti is it true that ZANU-PF are going for a congress in December?
Haasi makuhwa.
Ichokwadi?
It's official.
It's official. Now, there's a lot of speculation in the media that something might happen on that congress, Wamwacha Viswa and all that, but also people are concerned about who is going to fund that lavish congress to people. Have you got any concerns or have you got any inside information about what to expect on this congress?
I'm sure most Zimbabweans actually have an opinion on that. I do have too. The simple thing is that this is a consolidation of power by Grace Mugabe whilst Mugabe is alive. Even if though Mugabe is the one that is being reaffirmed as the ZANU-PF candidate for 2018, what it means is that when Mugabe wins, Grace Mugabe will continue to exercise extra constitutional powers that she does not have, and in the process increasing that use of that power. As you can see, many see this recent reshuffle as a Grace Mugabe reshuffle. All those people that went and bowed before Grace and kneeled before Grace are the ones that got the creme de la creme of positions. So when you look at it from that perspective, you will see these are people that at no point were ever in conflict with Grace. So these people are Grace Mugabe's people, and Mugabe is taking the position of saying I'm the sole candidate, just to assure that his wife will continue to exercise indirect authority over the country through the husband. That's really what it is. In other words, you now have Mugabe as a proxy president for his wife.
Wow.
That's what this Congress is all about. It's got nothing to do with firing Mnangagwa, as many are implying. Mnangagwa has already been dealt with a death blow. At 75, his chances have actually been left at zero. He can only reduce himself to regional type of politics and waffling and a lot of incoherent noises on social networks. Beyond that, he himself will be towing the line like a true warrior. He will be the one leading everyone else in towing the line. While his cyber enthusiasts make all the noise that they like, Mugabe doesn't care or perturbed by that. It will be Mnangagwa who will be on the forefront of telling the Midlands and Masvingo provinces to make sure they vote for the president so that they are not deemed as the ones that have rebelled and caused his ZANU-PF victory. So Mnangagwa is the one that's going to be at the center. He is the one that's going to remain as the president's chief agent, as chief electoral agent. People can look at it from all the angles that they want and fall into this Machiavellian type of politics that Mugabe likes to play on the nation. The simple truth is that ZANU-PF is not divided at all. All that has happened is Mugabe has seen that he is old. He has seen that there are people angling for his position, not his lieutenants, but people in the structures, provinces and districts that want change. And he has thwarted that simple. And he is going to make sure that the people that are being put forward as alternative candidates are the ones that tell people to calm down. That's it. There's no big deal that's going to happen. If you saw the Midlands rally was the biggest of all these interface rallies, was the Mnangagwa and all these people were saying, we don't want the president to end up saying, hey, we were rebelling against him. So they played in Darachawa and danced for him. That's all he can ever get. At the end of the day, he was humiliated right there in the Midlands. So it's not going to change. I think right now, you will see Grace Mugabe toning down on Mnangagwa, and people will be wondering what happened. You will see them addressing jointly, and everyone will be like, oh, what happened? You know, because people were enjoying Grace humiliating Mnangagwa. But Mnangagwa is just make sure that his own existential battle, his own existence as a politician, regardless of all the humiliation, has been secured. I know his people try to spin it like, oh, he's not a pushover. He is a pushover. He's been pushed over. And he has just gone there and bent backwards to make sure that he's not chucked out. And being chucked out means that his business interests would also suffer the consequences of being chucked. He cannot dare rebel. He can't dare. His people can waffle all night long. Mnangagwa cannot dare rebel. He's just got too much invested in ZANU-PF to allow himself to be seen as a rebel again. He'd rather capitulate 100%, which is what he has done exactly. You know, and his people can say, he wasn't fired. We fought for him not to be fired. No, he fought for himself not to be fired. He's assured the president that he will back him up, and that's it.
Fine. So, Mukomatich, as we put all these shows on record, and I know that if whatever you say here, sometimes you go back and extract a short clip to say, listen, this is what I said in this year and whatnot. Are you telling me that now that Mnangagwa has got 0 chance of ruling Zimbabwe at any given time?
Let me make it crystal clear. Mnangagwa will never, ever be president of Zimbabwe. He's missed the boat. He had a chance, he didn't take it, and he missed it. And right now, this Congress, what this Congress will do, as you saw the Masvingo province making a resolution to support the president. The Midlands has done the same. Everyone is going to come, and those 2 provinces that are supposedly Mnangagwa stronghold will be the ones leading in endorsing President Mugabe as the sole candidate and affirming him. And the reason of turning the conference into a Congress is to make it binding constitutionally on all provinces that this is what has been resolved by the party. And that Mugabe another 5 years. At 94, it means at 100, he will have come out there. The sad part is that at the end of the 5 years, Grace Mugabe will have been groomed enough and has enough of the blackmail files to actually challenge to replace her husband outright. So they're buying 5 years right now. Quote me on this. They're buying 5 years right now from Grace to really now exercise the power of state. That's what they're buying.
Wow.
Mugabe is not going to be running the country. His wife will be. That's what is happening.
That's what is happening. Thank you so much. I wonder what Sekuru thinks about it all.
Sekuru Garwe avachatongi. Robona Garwe Rango Fanana. Very same people, very same style. Everything educated but very foolish. When people stand out for you and then you recoil, what do you expect? Do you expect to win? Can't. Mnangagwa's chance was there for the taking when he was appointed VP. And he didn't realize the chance was there because he had been moved out from a very minor ministry before either after the Chonocho declaration, debacle. Now, this time he had been brought back into the fold and been given powers, and they didn't use those powers properly. There were provinces that were gunning for him. He had all the provinces and he was outmaneuvered by the women quota in the presidium clause that was inserted in the constitution. Guess by who? By him, because he is in the legal department of ZANU-PF. So he actually outmaneuvered himself. Teachers actually being very polite, and when he says he has been out, he actually outmaneuvered himself. avano munhu anoti achirima mumunda otora muforo wanenge ovata geja richiuya uko osiya richimufutsira ofunga kuti uchazoribatira futi hazviitiki. He's gone.
So sekuru ndaona matangira panyaya yekuti ndandabvunza zvangu mukoma tichinyaya yekuti vanga vari kuti munanga kwa never rule, but ndandoda kuziva kuti imimi what you're thinking of what this Congress is going to come up with. I read a lot of people are saying different things. Someone is saying that really Sekeramai might be the winner of all this. They want to put Sekeramai there and then Mugabe is vice president there. But as long as Mugabe is still president, they don't want to put Mugabe as vice president.
But this is not the Congress as we know it of ZANU-PF. The Congress of ZANU-PF is due after the elections. This one in particular was a conference which was supposed to be held to reaffirm the candidature of Mugabe. If they have upgraded it to a Congress, because before every election, ZANU-PF, in fact every year, ZANU-PF has got a conference in which it reviews its performance. So at this conference, they were supposed to reaffirm his candidature. Now, unless something has been proposed differently, that it be upgraded to a main Congress, an elective Congress that is. But as far as I know, this is a conference and there will be no elections there. What is going to happen is Mugabe is going to be reaffirmed the presidential candidate of ZANU. And in so doing, he has cemented his position and the security of his wife and children for the next 5 years. That is on condition ZANU-PF wins. If ZANU-PF loses the elections, as it is likely to do, still Mugabe and his family will be given state protection and they will be given safe passage out of the country if they so wish. If they wish to be protected by the new government of the opposition, they will be given adequate protection to stay and enjoy his final years. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know about ZANU too much. All I know is this is what they normally do every year. They have a conference in December every year.
Right, okay. Thank you so much, Sekuru. Chief Sose, can I come to you? What are you hearing, my brother?
I mean, in India, as always, DJ Sodza, I choose to stay away from ZANU-PF politics.
Yeah.
From ZANU-PF mechanisms. You know, because what to us as opposition, what this Congress means to us is that it will just serve to be a great diversion. Everything that happens in ZANU-PF, everything that they come up with, will end up misleading people or taking away people's attention from the very things that they are supposed to be focusing on. Right now, as I'm always saying and I'm always speaking about, the main focus that the opposition and the people of Zimbabwe should be focusing on is registration. Marshalling people, mobilizing people to go and register en masse, and that should remain our focus and nothing else. That Congress is a non-event. It's a non-event in the fact that it's nothing but Mugabe's will to assert his power and ensure that his wife also gets something out of it, directly or indirectly. Because what Mugabe is fighting for right now, it's not power to rule the country. It's nothing. It's about his family right now. It's about the survival of his children, about the survival of his wife after he's gone. He's already preparing for that. And I can tell you, as I've always said, he is now most dangerous, most tenacious than he was 30 years ago. And he is going to steamroll anyone and anything along the way so that he achieves that. And I am also of the feeling that he's prepared to do anything to make sure that his family will be safe after he's gone. And that even includes, let's not be surprised, that may even include dealings and counter dealings with other people, which may even include our very own opposition. I foresee a situation like that as we go. Because all he wants right now is to secure what they have amassed, their wealth, and the livelihood of his children and his wife. And that's what any man would do, you know. And so I don't see anything going to change in December with that elective Congress. As for Mnangagwa is a survivor. You will always survive. He survived the Cholocho Declaration. He survived, so many other things. I mean, so I don't even see why we should even, speculate. Because whenever we speculate about things that are happening in ZANU-PF, we always speculate wrong. And at the end of the day, you wonder what was the hula baloo about. Why didn't we just focus on the things that we are supposed to focus on? Like now, let's just focus as Zimbabweans on registering people and making sure that we have at least 4 or 5 million people registered. Otherwise, focusing on what is going on in ZANU-PF is just a sidetrack.
Aiwa. Thank you so much, Chief Sose. You are not mincing your words there. You just want to talk about voter registration, not all this chaos or whatever is happening in the ZANU-PF. You do not want to follow what they are doing. You don't want to know much about what they are doing. But is it not good to know what's happening in the enemy's house?
That's fine. That's okay. You just watch and see what they're doing, But if you get carried away by what they're doing, at the end of the day, you won't be able to accomplish, what you're supposed to accomplish as opposition and what we are supposed to accomplish as the people of Zimbabwe. And that has happened so many times. Look at what has happened to Nana Moyo, to Nana Tyson. I mean, just look at the history of ZANU-PF. They create a situation, and then there is hula baloo, and people get excited. This is going, so and so is going to be arrested. So and so is going to be fired. So and so is going to lose his position. But at the end of the day, it comes up to nothing. People may actually lose positions along the way, but they are always given other positions or are always brought back into the fold one way or another. So why were we focusing on that? So yes, we have to know what our enemy is doing so that we can plan. But let's not forget what we are supposed to do as the people of Zimbabwe. And I just want to encourage people, even in the diaspora, to plan their holidays accordingly so that they go to Zimbabwe to register instead of going to Bahamas or going to any other holiday destination. Plan to go to Zimbabwe and register, and also plan to go back and vote. We all do these things. We travel. So why just not do it for the sake of our country? And really, that is what we are supposed to be focusing on as opposition. I mean, as Zimbabweans. Because as I see it, this struggle, these 2018 elections are going to be elections for, Zimbabweans against ZANU-PF. Maybe not even opposition. It is us, the people who are here in the diaspora, the people who are in Zimbabwe, who are going to determine our future. Let's not even look out for big people or other people or opposition parties. Let's do our part as Zimbabwe.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, the Chief Sose. Sally?
Yes, DJ Sodza.
Yes, Sally, what are you hearing is going to happen in this Congress?
I don't listen because it's people are getting so excited and Mnangagwa is going to get thrown out and Grace is going to be the next VP and where and all this. It's a load of rubbish. Just listen to what Titch is telling you. Just listen to what he's telling you. That's exactly what's going to happen. And that's exactly how it's being played. If you're going to think that ZANU-PF now is split and everybody's like this and like that and like the rest, then you're buying into their little game. This happens every time pre-elections. Every time. there's some big ZANU-PF hullabaloo, and they're splitting, they're going to be easy to defeat, where, all this kind of business, okay? Please. For 34 years, they've been playing the same game. And for 34 years, we've been falling into it. Let's be wise for a change.
Yeah.
Okay? This is all just a dressage. That's all it is. It's a show. Okay? And if we're going to fall into it, we're going to lose again. Listen to what Titch is telling you. You might not like Titch. You might think he's a bully. You might think he's rude. You might think he's everything else. But this man knows what he's talking about. Listen to it.
Okay. Right. Sally, thank you so much for that. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to have a quick musical break, 2 minutes to be precise, and we'll be back. I've got something I need you guys to tell us as well. Tichifunda akatiri pamwe chete kudai. But Nisandadaro, let me just read something here. Kwanziko, for some of you guys who want to vote for Zimnet Radio, apparently it has been voted for an award there in America. All you got to do is go to www.zimachievers.com/USA/vote. More votera zvenyu Zimnet Radio ipapo www.zimachievers.com/USA/vote. Then you can vote there. Thank you so much for your custom. We'll be back after this.
DJ, ndatokutumira link yacho kuti vanhu zvisava nema// amuri kutaura.
All right.
Link yacho yobva vanhu vanobva vangotanga kuvhota.
Thank you so much. Maita basa ita izvozvo kuti ndipe vanhu maita basa.
All right.
disclaimer. The opinions expressed by contributors during radio call-in shows are solely those of the individual callers and do not reflect the opinions of Zimnet Radio, DJs, presenters, managers or administration. Listeners are encouraged and advised to seek the services of qualified professionals for their personal problems.
In touch with the best online station, Zimnet Radio.
Join DJ Sodza and his informative team live every Thursday at 9 p.m. UK time, discussing Zimbabwean politics.
Make the whole world know about your business. Advertise with Zimnet Radio. Email marketing@zimnet.
Right. Thank you so much. Saka kune vaya vanenge vari kuda kuvhota. We've got the link now, so just get in touch. Talk by link yacho Zimachivers yeku UK, yeku USA uko. Then more votera Zimnet Radio anditika. Latenda zvangu. There's a quick question I want to ask actually. Andisikuzia Sally.
Yes.
Did you see a clip that was circulating? Someone took a video. I think someone had just landed in Zimbabwe, the airport there, and took a video. And the conveyor belt was not working. And I mean, honestly, when I saw it, some people might think, "Oh, Sodza, what are you talking about?" When I saw it, I just thought. Is someone joking or something? The way I look at it, even here in the UK, you can have a conveyor belt not working. It doesn't really raise any eyebrows. You know, those things can happen. But it looks like people were trying to even politicize it. Well, that's how I felt when I saw it anyway, that this can happen at any airport in the world. You know, what did you make of it?
Contingency plan. There's a backup plan that happens. Okay. I mean, I've been in airports where the conveyor belt. Okay, it was in Porto in Portugal when they were building or extending the airport to make it an international airport. Okay, and the conveyor belt came into a tin shack. okay, and then it went outside, and then it came back into the tin shack. But it worked, okay? I mean, come on, Gatwick have a conveyor belt where somebody is standing in the middle, okay, passing out the luggage. Come on. Can you imagine the scandal? Do you know that I couldn't even repost that video? You know, there's a limit to embarrassment, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm tired of people laughing at my country. I mean, I looked at it, I thought, no, maybe I'm just because I didn't sleep very well last night, okay? So I put it down, and then Chicha's video with that hospital. No, I ended up in tears. Oh, no, that video was, oh, no. Anyway, I watched that. I had a good cry, okay? So I thought, okay, now my eyes are cleared up. And I watched that conveyor belt. I thought, but there's a man standing in the middle there. He's handing out the luggage. There's a queue from here to Forget-Me-Not and back again, okay, of people wait. I thought, no, me, I'm not reposting this. This is too much. Where's the backup plan?
You didn't like it, and you were embarrassed by that?
Yes, I'm tired of this. This is an international airport. This is the first place that visitors or important dignitaries, this is the first showcase of your country that these people are going to see after hours and hours and hours in the air, okay? And then you must still stand in a queue while one dude, I mean only one guy, on the freaking conveyor. Okay. I know people, I know. There's backup plans for these things because they're mechanical. These things break down. Can you imagine Heathrow and Gatwick? Okay? That's happening. Can you imagine the scandal? I mean, in 5 minutes, it would be an international scandal. There was some airport security or whatever it is standing in the middle of the conveyor belt. One guy, okay, handing out the luggage onto the conveyor belt. And there was a queue. People, please.
Okay, Sally. We obviously were not operating at the same level there. I thought it was a non-story actually. When I saw it, I thought this could happen anywhere. And the guy is just taking the bags out for people, but you obviously think otherwise. Sekuru.
No, okay.
Sorry, sir. Sekuru, did you think it was a story to worry about? These things can happen, can't they? They can happen in Birmingham?
Yeah, they can happen anywhere where there is a mechanical operation in place. Unfortunately, they cannot happen in the manner that they are happening in Zimbabwe. Because if you look at that conveyor which brings in luggage, it's basically a motor-driven conveyor belt. And if it breaks down, there must be a contingency, either a truck or something like that, which will do the same job, but it will not be able to chuck the boxes on the original conveyor, but somewhere else. The problem there was they were using the conveyor up to the point where that man was. And he was having to pull the boxes out. And it was taking a bit of a muscle for him to do so. And he was delaying everybody. And he was actually complaining that there is no manpower to fix the conveyor. But it's not the conveyor which was broken, it's the motor that was not working. So it can be replaced in about 10 minutes.
Right.
And he was complaining that there is no expertise to do that because all the people have gone into the diaspora, all the experienced people have gone into the diaspora. He was actually saying that while he was pulling out these boxes. But the sad part of it is that like anything that strikes the mind, your first sight of a place remains glued into your head and brain. For instance, when you came Kumba Sekuru, there's something that struck you as soon as you got there, and you mentioned it. You said, I didn't know Kumba Rusefa could I saw in Isn't that correct?
Yeah, it's correct, yeah.
So, that impression you could I didn't get it out, I didn't out, so it is stuck into your head. So the first impression that you get in the art when you visit a place will be everlasting. No matter how much you try to erase it, always come somehow. It only needs a little bit of tickling. Now, when we come to Robert Mugabe Airport there, if that happens and they link that to the name of the airport, oh God. They will say everything about Robert Mugabe is rubbish. And they won't be wrong, would they?
Right. So surely, Sekuru, I was wrong in thinking that what are people laughing about? These things can happen anywhere in the world. I was very wrong.
You were very, very wrong, Sekuru. Actually, I was actually very disturbed that the video clip is doing the rounds. Because it's actually a shocker for a country to have its main airport with a dysfunctional luggage conveyor belt. And there is no backup system for that other than manual handling. You know how heavy those boxes are.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And there was only one man there.
There are 20 kgs and above.
Yes.
All of them.
Yeah. Because it's 23 kgs, isn't it? Something like that maximum.
Yeah, 20 kgs and above. If they are coming from Africa, they get as heavy as 40 kgs.
Wow.
Or 50. So it's hard to think that they are getting one person to do that. We are back to the system that was used at National Foods and the Grain Marketing Board, where the conveyor would load 50 kg bags of maize, and the guys used to head them onto the truck to load the truck, instead of the conveyor just dropping them in the truck.
Okay, Aywa, Sekuru. So who is to blame for this?
Well, when the system that manages the country fails, all the other subsystems will show a failure. This is a government run airport. It's not a private run airport. It's under a parastatal headed by a very senior and a close ally of Mugabe. It should be getting as much funds as it wants. But what are they doing with the funds that it gets? They are being channeled elsewhere, in buying second-hand aircraft, in renaming, rebranding the aircraft. But they can't fix a conveyor belt.
Okay, Aywa, Sekuru, Zurgunzikwa. Mukoma teach. Hello, Mukoma teach.
Hello, Akoma Muribo.
I'm just asking kuti inini hangu. It looks like I had a different opinion to you guys. What I thought was really maybe this was just a hiccup that can happen anywhere in the world. And really, what are people talking about? It can happen in London, where you live there, Mkoma teach. You can have signal problems in the underground, can't you not?
You can. But either that or you fail for the ZANU-PF propaganda of trying to generalize everything. Some of us who look and observe these things, this was coming right at the back of handwritten boarding passes at the same airport. So it's a clear deterioration. Not only that, right now the Harare airport does not have the electric vehicles that pull the trolleys of the luggage anyway. They use an actual tractor, a farm implement, to pull the luggage trolleys. So this situation for us observers is a continuation of deterioration. Not only that, Harare International Airport is supposed to be the epicenter of SADC air travel, where everyone catches a connection flight from Zimbabwe, but where all international flights arrive and then get distributed from as a central point. We should be having more flights than any other country because of our geolocation. And we used to have all these Umunyati and Chaminukas flying into Beira, Maputo. They were not just flying there, they were traveling with people that would have come on international flights into Zimbabwe and then going to Manzini, Maputo, Beira, Joburg, Cameroon, Zambia, Lusaka, and Lilongwe. These were the bread and the butter of Air Zimbabwe, other than its 2 or 3 long range, which was either to Frankfurt and to London and to New York. These were the 3 international routes that Air Zimbabwe used to service. But all its other planes were flying regional, which means the big planes would bring people for the region, and they'd use Zimbabwe as a staging point, and they'd come to depart from Zimbabwe. That's why the Concorde and others didn't have the Concorde coming to Zimbabwe. We had all the international flights coming. KLM was there, Lufthansa, Siberia, all the airlines were coming to Zimbabwe. Now, why I'm emphasizing that in Mkoma, at the moment, the Harare International Airport is a white elephant. It's not that busy enough for them to fail to repair the luggage carousel. It's not that busy. They can stop it at night. There will be not a single flight coming in and get it fixed. So it's not that busy. You know, if it was a busy airport and you say, oh, they haven't got time because too many passengers are coming. At the moment, you know, you can sit there at the airport and maybe 2 flights will come per day. And most of that will be Air Zimbabwe and Air South Africa or South African Airways, Joburg route, or the local route for Harare to Bulawayo and Harare to Victoria Falls. Yeah. So these flights happen once or twice a day, evening and afternoon. So there's no reason why the carousel wasn't working. To make matters worse, there's another carousel in the domestic airport side or terminal. You see, they could have shifted to there an inconvenient international flight. Why were they manually handling? They could have simply, the customs facilities were in that domestic, it was the international side before. It has only been converted to local now because of the new airport terminal that was built. If that terminal was open, they could have closed it off and rerouted back to the old terminal. Why didn't they do that? So there's issues there at Air Zimbabwe that are a bit worrying of incompetence, gross incompetence. It could be very well true what you are saying, that it happens everywhere. But we are looking at it from a background of a continuation of deterioration. That's the situation.
Wow. That's very bad, actually. I didn't take into consideration that. Maybe I was thinking in the ZANU mentality there. That's what came into my mind, that really, why are people raising so much eyebrows about that?
Tractors, they're using a small tractor to pull the luggage trolleys instead of the standard electric vehicle that all airports use. They're using a tractor. A real tractor
from China.
That's what they're using. That's what they're using. It's a fact. You know, what happened? I mean, Sodza, if you understand what I'm trying to say to you, Harare International Airport was able to be handling all these airlines, like I'm explaining to you, that we were the origin and destination of major airlines, including the Concorde, like I said. Both Air France and British Airways Concorde. Which means we had all the handling equipment. The National Handling Services, which is the responsible arm for handling luggage, had all this equipment, all these things for pulling different number of planes in a day. You could have 4 or 5 planes taking off at the same time. And they had enough equipment to handle them. And we did. Remember, we had international summits like the non-aligned movement, CHOGM, the Commonwealth, blah, 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 the development agenda, Zoom code, etc. And we were able to handle presidents coming in and their delegations and the kings all coming in. We were handling these things. No, there was no issue, Mkoma. So this thing to us comes from that background. Some of us were old enough to understand how efficient things used to work. So we look at it now and we say, is this the same airport where all these Gaddafis, Queen Elizabeth, Margaret Thatcher, Lord Solms, President Reagan, and all the others actually arrived at? The Pope, we were handling all these things, no sweat. So right now, for anyone to try to minimize this and belittle it and try to make it like a common, it's not a common thing in common sense. That is just a smoke screen by ZANU-PF apparatchiks.
Yeah, the airways of Australia used to fly there.
Qantas used to fly there.
Yeah, Qantas.
Italia used to fly there. Lufthansa flew there.
Yeah, but
American Airways flew there.
Listen. When I left in 1990, we left on a TAP, Take Another Plane. That's the Portuguese airline, okay? Yeah, it's a Portuguese airline, okay? And I mean, that airport was packed. It wasn't just our plane that was leaving, okay? There was a whole stack of planes. There was a Qantas Airlines. There was British Airways there too.
Because
we had the choice.
All the airlines.
Yeah, we had the choice of flying TAP or British Airways.
Zimbabwe was actually complaining at the time when Ushokunze was Minister of Transport that we are being forced to go to faraway Gatwick Airport instead of Heathrow. Air Zimbabwe was that strong. It was competing to land at Heathrow as opposed to Gatwick. We were lobbying to land at Heathrow as opposed to Gatwick. That's how big we were.
Yes.
And all the other local airlines would feed from us. Zambia Airways would also come to get their people or bring their people, etc. Now we are non-existent. Even Botswana Airways are now more significant than us.
Right. Zvandakuita panapa mukoma teach ndakukunetsai. Handisi kuziva kana muchine video yacho iyoyo. Kuna vateereri wangu vakutondinetsa pano, they've not seen the video and they would like to see the video. Mukanditumira pa WhatsApp ndirogona kuwaita pastor. I don't know kana muchinayo because I think my phone panapa it deleted all the videos I had.
Ndinokutumira ndinayo ini.
Yeah, at your own time, Koma, there's no problem. Those don't go forward so they can make their own judgment on that. Right. Right. Right.
This is a disclaimer. The opinions expressed by contributors during radio call-in shows are solely those of the individual callers and do not reflect the opinions of Zimnet Radio, DJs, presenters, managers or administration. Listeners are encouraged and advised to seek the services of qualified professionals for their personal problems.
In touch with the best online station, Zimnet Radio.
Make the whole world know about your business. Advertise with Zimnet Radio. Email marketing@zimnetradio.com.
Right, 24 minutes before 11. Ndimbo kuti muri kutinzwa zvakanaka kumativi mana enyika ruzhinji rweZimbabwe. Right. Zvisinei, regai tidai so. Ndanzwa vamwe vari kupururudza chose kubhindura uko. People were graduating in Bindura yesterday or today, and the president was there, capping people, nema degree in Bindura there. But where are these people going to find jobs? Should we be happy with all this graduation that are happening there? Kanakuti, you know, when they graduate, are there any jobs in Zimbabwe? Sally, what's the point?
There are more universities in Zimbabwe than there are jobs. I don't understand it. They keep on building universities, but they don't do anything about job creation. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, Moyo said that the vendors were job creation, but I don't see how that works. But anyway, I don't understand it. It is, you know, how it is to me. Maybe because I'm outside the country. Okay, so I have that luxury of not being continually bombarded with all the ZANU-PF nonsense. But it's almost like they're playing with people's minds. Go and graduate. That's what you need. Okay, you have to have a degree, and you have to have this, and you have to have that, and everything. But then, where's the jobs? Oh, it doesn't matter. You can go and sell airtime there on the street corner. That's a job creation. It's, people, I'm sure, okay, that if you live with that constant bombardment of the ZANU-PF ups and downs and round corners and under and everything, it plays with your mind. And you become actually confused. I mean, you graduating, that's cool. But then what happens? You go sell Econet airtime on a street corner. So then why did your parents go into debt and sell mombis and everything else, okay, for you to graduate? It's the whole thing is so contradictory. Okay? And my heart bleeds for these children. And even more for the parents, because I mean the parents move heaven and earth, okay, to get these kids a good education. And then what happens? They invest so much in the child because they know with a good education, the child is then going to be able to help them out. Okay? And what happens? You go and sell tomatoes. Or airtime. Or, it's so sad.
You see,
it is so sad.
It is so sad. One of my cousin works at Gweru Midlands University there, and lots of students are graduating. And today I just saw some reports. Guess what? From ZBC, they were there, and parents were happy. Mururune, Meterwa, and all that. 1,965 people graduating there, and I was just thinking to myself, where are these people going to find jobs in that economy? Why do we still, especially they're talking of building another university all over the place? Where are these graduates going to work? I just don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe being skeptical we are. I don't know. Sekuru, where are these students going to work? Well, graduates, should I say?
The graduates who work on the streets, vending at every corner of the street.
So as a parent, why do you waste your money sending these children to university? And you and me know how expensive it is now there. Even Kwende Samwana to grade 1 there, they are asking for $500 now in a private school.
Well, I think the thinking is that an educated vendor is better than an uneducated vendor.
Right.
But be that as it may, let me ask this question first and foremost. Why does Mugabe have to keep everyone from Mutare to Gweru to... Why isn't that the job of the vice chancellors of the universities to keep on behalf of the university council?
No,
it's examining body.
It's called the compensationary behavior, Seku. He is compensating for his own life. He wants to go down in history about all this education thing. The truth of the matter, Sekuru, you can look this up because I've looked up all our politicians. Mugabe has never taught for more than a year at a single school. If you can come and tell me which school he ever taught for more than a year. He was a migrant teacher. He went to Mpandeni less than a year, moved to Mbuma less than a year, moved into Harare less than a year, went to Ghana less than a year. At the most, if he ever taught at any school for 1 year, 6 months, that was the most. If you hear about, hey, he taught in Zambia, blah, blah, blah. How long did he teach there and what was he teaching? Ask yourself that. Mugabe, when he went to 40 years, he was a lower primary school teacher. We don't know of a single graduate that was taught by Mugabe. No prominent known Mugabe students Isn't that strange for all the claims that we hear about him? You know, people like Professor Kamba have got other professors that derived from them. Who are Mugabe students that are prominent? Vanim Kurumbira that they were said they were taught by Mugabe, these top people. None. Zero. He never taught for more than a year at any school. If there is any school he taught for 1 year, 6 months, that was it, tops. Tops.
Yeah, but teach, when I'm asking this question seriously, why should he be globe-trotting? Okay, you say, I understand.
It's a compensationary behavior, Secretary, what I'm explaining.
Yeah,
Mugabe has got a very deep inferiority complex that results in him lashing out when he feels threatened. Anyone whom he feels threatened, he's gonna put you down like crazy. No, that's a bagera chegwara. Chekushka kuti akangopapona pandapera.
Anonzwa namagwaza iwawo.
Yeah. So Mugabe will trample you down. Make sure you don't come back. That's how deep his inferiority complex is. That guy is scared.
But you see, that is the way it all starts happening. Because we think only one person can keep people. If you are not kept by Mugabe in Zimbabwe, it means you have not been educated. But really speaking, in all the graduation ceremonies that I have attended here, and there are quite a number of them, with the children,
it's always the chancellor of the university.
Yes.
Or his team.
Or an alumni, a prominent alumni.
Alumni, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
not somebody who has never been in that university, and then they just come.
The question, Sekuru, is simple. Why is Mugabe said to have got all his bachelor's degrees, never progressed to master's and PhD, if he loves education that much? If he's an academic, as is claimed, academics aspire to be PhD holders and professors. He had all the time in the world. Why didn't he get a PhD? Why didn't he get a master's? Why has he got all these little bachelor's degrees, all these undergraduate things? What's wrong with him? Why doesn't he have a postgraduate? Why doesn't he have a postgraduate?
I don't believe he was as intelligent as he's being portrayed.
No, he was keen. He was keen. It's different. You know, keen students and smart students are very different. I went to school with a lot of very keen students, and they did very well because they were keen, and they'd come and learn from some of us and ask for help because they were keen. Mugabe was keen. It's why Ngrini Father O'Hare was able to help him, because he made himself available and worked at the mission and got assistance. On his own, he was a voracious reader. And that's how his eloquence came about. He spent a lot of time speaking in English with the priests. There was no one else to speak in English to. He spent a lot of time speaking in English with the priests. That's it. There was no radio or TV to watch. He became one of those people who hero worshipped the priests. It's as simple as that. Hakuna, there's no, anyone tell me that this guy learned from the priests. You know, I hope he was not abused by them. Because you're paying a heavy price.
His anger seems to be managing something that is very private in his subconscious.
Indeed.
Because I can't understand it. What really strikes me is, why does he want to be at every university, man?
If he was intelligent,
every university, Sekuru.
If he was intelligent, he would have done what Banana did, go and become a professor.
Yeah.
But it's not only...
And write his memoirs. Right now, he's going to die, and his memoirs are what? Going to be released when he's dead. And no one can interview him about his own memoirs.
They are going to be written by somebody else.
But that's what he wants.
So, Guru, like I was giving my analysis of the ZANU-PF Congress, you must remember, Bona will have grown up, and so will the husband is an executive in the airlines industry. The dynasty is being created, Makato Taris.
No, I don't have any qualms about that. My only take is that ZANU in a conference every fourth year, I think, just before the election. And this is what Rita say, but I don't know whether this is an elective conference or not. Like I said, I didn't agree.
No, it's an extraordinary Congress with a specific agenda. Specific agenda one is reaffirmation of the sole candidate for the presidency in the general or in the harmonized election. The second item is preparation for the election. And the third that it will be smuggled in without being talked about much will be the female quota in the presidium. That's it. It's about power retention.
Yeah, I am the only one who is writing about the Junda dynasty in the papers. Everybody writes about the ZANU as a political party. I have never referred to them as a party for a very long time. I always refer to them as a Junda dynasty establishment. So, as far as I'm concerned, the nurturing of a dynasty is the way and truly underway. But
what is happening, Sekura, another issue that you need to understand is that some generals are going to have their contracts terminated and they will be ZANU-PF parliamentary candidates in 2018.
All of them?
Yeah. Expect some generals to be ZANU-PF parliamentary candidates with the military precision operation running the ZANU-PF election.
All of them, he openly said that we are not going to let them often forget about them. We are going to reassign them.
Yes.
And he has already started with Bonyongo. Bonyongo has been plugged from the CIO to the ministry as a minister. Whether he is earning more as a minister than as he was a director, I don't know.
You see, Sekuru, what was going to happen is that any of the military generals can find themselves as the co-vice president with Grace. And the neutralize is done, finito.
Right.
Yeah, it can happen like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing can
It's all part of buying. It's all part of buying security for the family.
Yeah.
Right, okay guys, nguva dzedu panapa dzafamba. Regai ndiverenge messages andiri kungotumirwa panapa. First message, let me just open it up. Iri kubva kuna Mkoma Wilbert, Sekuru, looking for Mkoma Wilbert. He sent me a message here and said, I'm very sorry Mkoma, I've been listening to the show. My Skype is stopped working. So that's why I was not on the show today. But hopefully he will be back next week. Then in a message, DJ, I'm really sorry. I forgot to set my alarm to wake up to the show today. A good morning, sir. So there you have it. I haven't had any information from Wape, but I think he is still finishing his lectures. He said he's got some few projects he's doing. Hopefully next week he will be here with us. But anyway, that is that. My thanks to Chief Soshe, Sekuru, Mkoma Teach, and as always, Sally there for a job well done. Thank you so much, guys. We shall meet again next week. Thank you so much for I know investing your time to be here with us. Your work you do for Zimbabweans is not in vain. A lot of people are listening and they rate you so high. So please do come back again next week. So Sekuru, what can we expect from Arsenal this weekend?
Every game we play, the professor says we should win. We play to win every game. But we don't win ugly. We win with the panache.
Oh. Okay, panache.
With panache.
Yeah, so, okay. Sekuru, so we've got a big game at Old Trafford on Saturday, lunchtime kickoff. Can you predict it? What's the result it's going to be?
Who is playing who?
Manchester versus Tottenham.
Manchester is going to be rolled over. It will be beaten 2-1.
By Tottenham. Okay. What about yourself? You are hosting the Welsh team at the Emirates.
We are
Norwich. It's Norwich.
No. It's Swansea. You people, you think you Arsenal supporters, you don't even know who you are playing on Sunday. This is pathetic, isn't it?
No, I thought we're playing Norwich. No.
No, you beat Norwich already.
Already beaten Norwich. Norwich we have beaten.
You two can't believe it. Honestly.
We are playing these people from the Gaelic language. We will beat them. They have been giving us problems year in and year out. But this time we are going to beat them because there was a lot of problems at the AGM today with all the British people wanting to take over the club. They can't run the clubs. They invite Mr. Wenger to run the club. He runs it perfectly, and then because now it's in order, they want him out so that they can destroy. We don't want people who act like Mugabe. These Brits are horrible people.
I will hold you account to that. May I also tell you that Manchester United is supported by many Zimbabweans. In fact, more Zimbabweans support Manchester United. So, Sekuru, be careful what you say here, suggesting that Manchester United will be defeated by Tottenham on Saturday.
No, the issue is the teams in Manchester cannot beat Tottenham. That is one thing for certain. The teams in the north, they can't beat Tottenham.
We shall see about that, Sekuru, on Saturday.
But
what happened to Liverpool? What happened to Liverpool? You know what happened to Liverpool? It's from that area, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to all those teams. They can do whatever they want to turn everybody else upside down. Manchester United is already stagnated. If you look at it, the results will tell you that this team has reached its maximum. It's no longer progressing. It's now regressing.
Right.
Yeah, but the trainer that they've got, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Each time they are playing this boring football where they stand in their own half and wait for the other team to attack.
You've got to understand something about the point. Okay? You've got to understand something. He can only, and that goes for Mourinho and that other trainer that used to train he even came to South Africa and made a big mess. They can only go so far. And then it seems they can't jump the ultimate hurdle. Okay? Mourinho was at his best in Chelsea. Then he decided now he's going to go conquer the world. Okay? Well, as far as I'm concerned, he did nothing. And he just started going down and down and down. And now he's there. After what's his name? What was the trainer there for years and years and years and years? That old man.
Ferguson.
Yeah, okay. To take over after Ferguson, I would have run in the other direction, but Mourinho has this, I'm the chosen one. From the time he left Chelsea, in the very first time, that was the end of Mourinho, because he had reached his ultimate, he couldn't. For some reason, the Portuguese players the trainers, everything, they can't jump that last hurdle. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but they become all big stuff. It's like that stupid Ronaldo, Cristiano,
right.
On that guy.
Okay, all right.
They can't get their final hurdles. So Manchester United has reached its end. It's now just going to be...
Okay, all right, Sally. Thank you so much. Let me also remind listeners out there, for those that want to cast their votes for us, please, you can go and do that at www.zimachievers.com/USA/vote, and you can vote there. Zimnet Radio is in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Entertainment Award. That's where you have to look at Outstanding Achievement in Entertainment Award. That's where Zimnet Radio is. Then you cast your vote there. Thank you so much, Zimbabwe. Myself and yourself will meet again next week, same time, same place. Do take care of yourselves, yourself and your loved ones. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next Thursday. For those in the United Kingdom, remember on Saturday you are having an extra hour in bed. Enjoy yourself because the clock is changing. We are moving an hour back. So for those in South Africa and Zimbabwe, remember, Sari, next week we will be 2 hours behind you, not an hour behind. So put that in your diary, Sari. Put that in your diary there, that next week, Thursday, you are 2 hours ahead of us.
I know.
All right?
Send me that Jongwe thing in 2 hours.
Come on, Sekuru. Especially the one, did you see the one where the Jongwe was lying on the ground and then it jumped up and fell down again? Jongwe apanam soro, so it fell down.
What I'm going to do now is play you my last track. This was my signature track long time ago, 10 years ago, when I started playing at Zimnet Radio. This track, I used to play it every time when I was calling it a day, when I used to do a show called Zandakusaru Zirai, which I used to do on a Saturday afternoon. But those were the days I used to play this track from Sifas Mashakada Kwanzi Basa Ndasianda Pedza. We love you all. Goodbye.